Hello, everyone. My name is McKenna Hartley, and I grew up in Long Beach, California. Instead of going on holidays as a kid, my family went on camping trips. It ranged from an RV trip up to Alaska and back to camping on the beach and backpacking through uninhabited landscapes. This is what sparked my love for the environment. I was taught at a very young age to respect nature, and I think it's important now more than ever. If we know to pack it in, pack it out when we're in national forests, then why don't we do the same on our beaches? No one likes looking at a trash filled beach when they're just trying to relax and build sandcastles with their kids. Craig Leeson, a researcher and journalist, went to 20 different beaches to study the effects of plastics on our oceans and wildlife. During his time researching, he found out that 80% of trash in the oceans originated from land, and more than 50% of that ends up sinking. This means that we aren't seeing the worst of the problem. During his research, he sent scientists down a mile under the surface, and what they found was plastic bottles and fishing line covering the floor. This is astonishing considering that humans have only explored about 5% of the ocean, when the little we have seen is substantially affected by the use of single-use plastics. Now, why should this matter to us other than losing our pristine nature? According to Andrew Durrake, an ecologist from New Zealand, humans have accelerated the extinction rate from 1,000 to 10,000 times the natural rate. Plastic affects 267 species, including 86% of sea turtles. This happens by digesting or being wrapped in fishing materials. When plastic is in the ocean specifically, it is affected by both the UV light and salt, which attracts all sorts of toxins. When this plastic leached in toxins is digested by fish, it ends up moving up the food chain and eventually leads to humans. Multiple studies have been done that prove that toxins in plastic are directly linked to cancers, birth defects, immune system problems, and child development issues. If this is well-known knowledge, why do we continue to keep using single-use plastic? The average person disposes of half a pound of plastic waste every day. I'm sure we have all heard that plastic doesn't break down. Every piece of plastic we have ever used is still here in some form or another. This includes the baby bottle our mothers used to feed us when we were young. If we start remembering that every time we're at the shop and have the option for vegetables wrapped in plastic or not, we can make a huge difference. I urge you all to make a conscious effort to use less single-use plastic. If not for yourself, for your children, and for the future of this planet. It can only get worse from here. I recommend investing in metal straws, your own takeaway containers, and aluminum water bottles. These simple changes are what are going to make the biggest difference. There's no reason for the US alone to throw away 38 billion water bottles every year. Just remember that plastic is persistent and it will be here long after we are gone. So now's the time to make a difference.